Preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit for fat loss is a critical concern for anyone looking to improve their body composition. As someone who's navigated this challenge personally and guided countless others through the process, I can attest that it's not just about losing weight, but about losing the right kind of weight. The goal is to shed fat while holding on to as much lean muscle mass as possible, and achieving this balance requires a strategic approach. First and foremost, it's crucial to understand that some degree of muscle loss during a calorie deficit is almost inevitable. However, with the right strategies, you can minimize this loss and ensure that the majority of the weight you're losing comes from fat stores. The key lies in creating a moderate calorie deficit while providing your body with the right nutrients and stimuli to maintain muscle mass. One of the most important factors in preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit is maintaining a high protein intake. Protein is the building block of muscle tissue, and consuming adequate amounts helps signal to your body that muscle preservation is a priority. Aim for about 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. This might seem like a lot, especially if you're used to lower protein intakes, but it's crucial for muscle preservation during fat loss. Spreading your protein intake of amino acids to your muscles, helping to prevent breakdown. In addition to high protein intake, it's important to maintain a moderate calorie deficit rather than a severe one. Drastically cutting calories might lead to faster weight loss in the short term, but it also increases the risk of muscle loss. A good rule of thumb is to aim for a calorie deficit of about 20 to 25% below your maintenance calories. This typically translates to losing about 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week, which is a sustainable rate that allows for fat loss while minimizing muscle loss. Resistance training is another crucial component in preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body needs a reason to hold onto muscle mass, and resistance training provides that reason. Aim to strength train at least 2 to 3 times per week, focusing on compound exercises that work multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and rows should form the core of your routine. It's important to maintain the intensity of your workouts even when you're in a calorie deficit. While you might not be able to increase the weights you're lifting, aim to at least maintain your current strength levels. This sends a strong signal to your body that your muscle mass is necessary and should be preserved. Incorporating some form of progressive overload in your training can also help. This doesn't necessarily mean lifting heavier weights every week, which can be challenging in a calorie deficit. Instead, you might focus on increasing the number of reps, reducing rest times between sets, or improving your form and range of motion. While cardio can be beneficial for overall health and can help create a calorie deficit, it's important not to overdo it when your primary goal is fat loss with muscle preservation. Excessive cardio, especially high-intensity cardio, can interfere with muscle recovery and potentially lead to muscle loss. If you choose to include cardio in your routine, opt for moderate intensity activities like brisk walking or cycling, and limit it to 2 to 3 sessions per week. Another often overlooked aspect of preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit is getting adequate sleep. Sleep is crucial for muscle recovery and growth, and lack of sleep can lead to increased muscle breakdown. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. This not only helps with muscle preservation, but also supports fat loss by regulating hunger hormones and improving insulin sensitivity. Managing stress is also important, as chronic stress can lead to increased cortisol levels, which can promote muscle breakdown. Incorporate stress management techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga in preventing muscle loss. Water plays a crucial role in muscle function and recovery. Aim to drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water per day, and more if you're exercising intensely or in hot conditions. Staying well hydrated can also help reduce hunger and support overall metabolic function. Timing your nutrients around your workouts can also help with muscle preservation. Try to have a meal containing both protein and carbohydrates within an hour or two before your workout to fuel your training session. After your workout, aim to consume a combination of protein and carbohydrates within 30 minutes to an hour to support muscle recovery and growth. While whole foods should form the basis of your diet, certain supplements can be helpful in preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit. Creatine monohydrate, for example, has been shown to help maintain muscle mass and strength during periods of calorie restriction. Branched-chain amino acids, or BC, as taken around your workouts may also help reduce muscle breakdown. It's also worth considering incorporating refeed days or periods of higher calorie intake into your fat loss plan. These planned increases in calorie intake, particularly from carbohydrates, can help reset hormones that might be negatively affected by prolonged calorie restriction. This can help prevent metabolic adaptations that might lead to muscle loss and make further fat loss more challenging. Remember that fat loss is not a linear process, and it's normal to experience fluctuations in weight and measurements. Don't be discouraged by short-term changes and avoid the temptation to drastically cut calories further if you hit a plateau. Often, simply being patient and consistent with your approach will yield results over time. It's also important to listen to your body throughout this process. If you're feeling excessively fatigued, struggling to recover from workouts, or noticing a significant decrease in strength, these might be signs that you need to adjust your approach. This could mean slightly increasing your calorie intake, reducing training volume, or incorporating more rest days. Lastly, remember that the goal is long-term, sustainable fat loss and improved body composition. Crash diets or extreme approaches might lead to faster weight loss in the short term, but they often result in more muscle loss and are harder to maintain. By taking a balanced approach that prioritizes muscle preservation, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. In conclusion, preventing muscle loss during a calorie deficit for fat loss requires a multifaceted approach. It involves maintaining a high protein intake, creating a moderate calorie deficit, engaging in regular resistance training, managing stress and sleep, staying hydrated, and potentially incorporating strategic supplements and refeed periods. By implementing these strategies and remaining patient and consistent, you can successfully lose fat while minimizing muscle loss, ultimately achieving a leaner, healthier physique that's sustainable in the long term. If you have watched until the end of this video and think you've learned anything new or anything of value, please don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the videos. Don't forget to press the bell icon as well. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.